re-enacting group. You've got a couple of different groups here in front of you. My name's John Thomas. I'm with the 1st Infantry Division. Some of the other members you're going to see in the background for the 1st Infantry Division. But what I want you to do right now is I'm going to turn it over to these gentlemen with the 101st Airborne. They're going to explain a little bit about their uniforms, about the history of their unit during the Second World War, and also some of their weaponry.
Hi folks, my name is George, by the way, and John, why don't you come over here for a minute, because I want to just explain something very basic about two different uniforms that you're looking at right now. I'm dressed as a member of the 101st Airborne Division. It means I'm a guy that gets in a plane, dons a parachute, and I jump behind enemy lines, essentially. This gentleman over here, though, he would fight on land. I'll come out of a landing craft, for example, on D-Day. So his job would be to basically be a land infantryman, and I'd be an airborne infantryman. That's the difference. The other interesting thing about our uniforms is you'll notice that I've got a lot of stuff on, right? Well, that's because the main thing is when I'm jumping behind enemy lines, I'm surrounded, and I have to have everything with me. I have to have medicine. I have to have ammunition, grenades, everything that I carry with me, because there's no resupply. I may not be resupplied for days, whereas this gentleman has a whole supply unit behind him, mostly anyways. So that's one of the big differences. So let's just go through some of the details here on our uniforms. I'm wearing a 1942 jumpsuit. This is what most of the 101st Airborne wore when they jumped into Normandy on June 6, 1944, D-Day in other words. This was the main invasion of Europe. And the Russians had been pressuring Eisenhower and Truman, FDR and Churchill open up the second front. You've got to open up the second front, they kept saying, because the Russians were taking a beating in Moscow, Stalingrad, horrendous battles, and they needed us to take some of the pressure off. So what we ended up doing is we invaded North Africa, we beat Rommel, we pushed him out of North Africa, we took Sicily, then we took Italy. And then we said, well, what are we going to do next? Well, we needed to invade France. So that's what we ended up planning for most of 1944. We built up England tremendously. Bombers, planes of all kinds, fighter planes, tanks, guns of any caliber you could think of. Everything we could ship over there, we did. We stockpiled an enormous amount of material and men, and also ships, because we needed ships to cross the channel. We also needed airplanes to carry the airborne contingent over the channel and drop them behind enemy lines. Well, what did Rommel do? He fortified the coast. He fortified inland. He placed mines and obstacles all up and down the beaches, you see. So that was one of the main things that we had to plan for as part of our overall strategy of invading Europe, you see. Had we failed, chances are that would have set the entire war back years and possibly caused us a defeat. We probably wouldn't have won the war had we not successfully invaded on June 6, 1944. Anyway, a couple of things about the uniforms here. I'm wearing a jump boot, basically, and most paratroopers had that. They also carried a knife so they could cut themselves out of their risers, their parachutes, when they landed in trees or whatever. Don't forget they're landing at night in the dark. They can't see in front of them. There's hedgerows everywhere. These are those tall dirt fences, essentially, that we littered throughout most of Normandy at the time. So we had to have a way of identifying friend from foe back there. So we had these little things. And Rob and I, Rob is my fellow paratrooper over here, we both have these crickets. And one click was supposed to be answered by 2 clicks, you see. And that's how we knew friend from foe, basically. Now
there's also a password. If I lost this, and I heard somebody rustling in the weeds, I could say, flash. And he would say,
thunder.
What happened, 2 guys who jumped in were best friends, and they jumped in very far apart. One guy was walking through the weeds, he's all alone. It's dark. And he hears some rustling. So he grabs his cricket, he's scared. Nothing. Nothing. Flash! Jersey! His best friend from New Jersey. He couldn't remember the password, but figured no German would say Jersey.